Overtime time.
Yeah, my favorite topic so far. Like, for it's been a while.
We got to talk about maturity for men and women. And I want to get your reaction to this survey slash study. Okay? It was done in the UK, commissioned by Nickelodeon.
What? Even that's hilarious. Wow.
Yeah, I don't know. Whatever. So what they wanted to do was to study at what age men and women reach maturity. Now, interestingly enough, both men and women agree that women reach proper maturity much earlier than guys.
Oh my goodness, yes. I can see that in my home.
And typically, like the mature woman has emerged, according to the study, at age 32. Long time ago.
Oh wow, I've been mature, yeah.
Okay.
But you even see that though in the teen years. Like why guys usually date girls way younger. Okay.
Anywho, the better part of this is where the headline comes from.
Okay.
That men grow up 11 years later at age 43. I'm not even grown yet.
That explains it.
8 out of 10 women believe, alarmingly this article says, that men never stop being childish.
Wow.
And what were the things that they indicate as men lacking maturity? Burping, eating fast food in early hours, playing video games, breaking wind.
Wow.
Staying silent during arguments, not being able to cook meals, retelling the same old jokes and stories. All of them hailed as signs of male immaturity. And then the women go on and they say 3 in 10 women have ended a relationship because they lost patience with the guy being too immature. In fact, an average British woman has to tell her cheeky partner, I love British people, to, quote, act your age, like act his age, more than once a month at an average of 14 times a year. Would you act your age?
Wow. Well, you know, first of all, based on that, we should stop saying that now. So, like, you're acting your age.
Because I'm not mature yet?
Yeah, so you're supposed, like, it all makes sense now.
It does explain a lot.
We're setting unrealistic expectations.
Yeah, I'd love to get your reaction to
Callie,
this.
no, Callie, stop.
I've got my own reaction to this.
Callie says you're still a baby, Brian.
Yeah,
Really?
I'm very, very young. I wonder what life will be like when I'm finally your age, you know?
Okay. 10 months later.
Some people who are new to this are like, I can't believe you said that out loud.
Mike, good morning, Mike, and Deborah, and Callie. So what's your question, Brian?
I want to know
'Cause you're
people's reaction to this because my reaction is probably a little different than everybody else. Again, according to this, men reach maturity 11 years after women. Women reach maturity. They've emerged mature at 32, men at age 43. And apparently, according to the study, women are doing a lot of complaining about men, that they never stop being childish. They're playing video games, eating fast food early hours, they're breaking wind, they're staying silent in arguments, they don't know how to cook meals, they're telling the same old jokes, and they have to tell them to act your age like 14 times a year on average. What's your reaction to that?
So Mike is not happy. Mike says, with the dumbing down of men in the media, this sounds like more of the same. Many times people act how others expect them to, so it's a vicious cycle.
Sure.
Michelle says, good morning. Hi, Michelle.
Hey, Michelle.
Callie says, Janelle, you're like a fine wine. And somebody laughed at that. Who laughed at that? Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, you know what she's doing
It's
there.
not fun.
You know the best kind of wine, they say?
Yeah, I
It's
know.
The old
I know.
one.
I am not old. Deborah says, yes. Yes. What is the definition of maturity? That's a good question.
They don't define it. They asked people just subjectively, in your opinion, when do men and women when do they emerge as mature? And remember, women are defining immaturity, childish acts, as playing video games, eating fast food in the early hours, breaking wind, burping,
Passing
retelling
gas.
the same old jokes, and all that. And so,
See, that sounds like fun. It's not like you can't hold your job down. You're still living with your mama. Like, you know, so you could be 50 and still be like that.
do you want to know what my take is on this? And again, I'd love to hear your reaction to this. Michelle says, all this is true, Brian, but they often don't have good male role models. Sure, I suppose. Why do I have to stop having fun?
Right.
So you all at 32 become Mrs. Boring?
No, actually, you're talking to the wrong one.
Like, I hate to say it, but I'm not sure I'm ever going to stop thinking these activities they've mentioned are funny in the right context or fun.
Right.
So what are you doing?
Versus
Everything's serious now? No fun, no
not
laughing?
for me. The mature one in my house is Lynn.
If a joke is good, why can't I keep telling it?
No, that's just corny. But I guess
Look
y'all just do that.
Ron and I
Yes.
laugh together at the same jokes every day when the
So
mics
what
are off.
happens at 43 that turns the tide?
I don't think anything changes.
No, because they said they finally mature at 43.
Kelly says, Brian, you must like saying breaking wind. Yeah, I don't often say that on the radio, but I feel like on Facebook I can get that close to it. If Ron were here, he could just throw it all down. And
Michelle says, maturity and fun are not opposites. I agree. Deborah says, if someone can hold a job and have no debts, be good, then we're considered independent and mature. Maybe a person's personality dictates their quote-unquote immature behaviors.
I mean, okay, so Ron and I, we've got stable families for the most part. We've got jobs. We are like adulting. And all of these things, Ron and I would sit around together. And Ron's older than me.
Yeah.
And we laugh and think. So I think that Michelle is right that maturity and fun are not opposites. But I think to men, immature things that women call immature are not immature. They're funny. They're funny.
Yeah, I agree.
Ha ha,
I
funny.
agree.
And we don't do that stuff around you guys sometimes because you're so boring. I don't think it's fun.
Yes. Oh, I recently heard a comedian that was saying that, you know how much fun we have when y'all are gone? And it was saying that how women have the, like trying to restrict. And
Yeah,
like,
you're
man,
trying to
y'all are
control
gone, we have
everything.
fun.
As soon
Yeah.
as you leave, we're having a great time and laughing. When you're around, we're all like, oh,
Yes, ma'am.
pardon me, excuse me.
Michelle says, Run is one of the funniest guys I know. Yeah, I think it's how we define maturity / immaturity. And somebody mentioned maybe it's more personality. I think it's more personality.
Like Sarah's never told me, act your age.
Yeah.
Would you ever say that to Lynn?
No. But Len, you know what? You know Len. Len's super goofy. And I've looked at it not like, and he's like serious when he needs to be, but he is goofy.
I've seen him
looked
act
at it-
immature.
Oh my gosh, yes. And I look at it like that's funny, or that's even like guy thing. The whole guy jokes, and maybe because I have a bunch of boys, like, oh, here we go being a guy. Not like immature. I haven't seen it that way. You know? Not like, oh, y'all got to grow up. Kind of like you and Ron. I deal with it all day long.
All day. If people only knew when the mics are off, how Ron and I
Exactly.
have all these jokes we keep doing, and every time Ron and I laugh super hard, and you all would think we're just so immature. I think it's just fun.
Linda says people mature in different areas at different times. Some may never completely mature in certain areas. The people around us help us grow. You can be a fine adult, but weak in certain areas. Mike says, Brian, don't guys repeat the corny jokes just to get the eyes rolling to make us smile?
Yes. Like if it's immature to tell the same jokes over and over again and get a groan and a laugh, I don't want to grow up.
Right. Can you sing that song? Remember that
I don't
song?
want to grow up because if I did, I wouldn't be a Toys R Us kid.
Yeah.
Let's try. I'm not singing. I just rapped.
Deborah, deep topic. Comment. She says, I think it's perspective and means different things to different people. How a person acts in serious times will show maturity level. That's where Len is with his boys. It's like, ha, yeah, y'all are funny, but learning, there's a time, his phrase is, there's a time to play, and there's
Yes.
a time not to play.
No, that's a
You
good
gotta
point.
distinguish when it's, yeah.
The mature guy knows that you don't burp at a dinner party.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're hanging out with just your little nuclear family and there's a good dinner, isn't there a moment that's funny?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so I think that is a difference, is
Yes.
context.
Yeah.
Okay, that's definitely the case. We have a bunch of comments coming in, July.
Michelle, this could easily run into that conversation where we women can be disrespectful by lumping the guys in with the children. That is so wrong. I knew that was going to come up. Jeffrey,
I didn't
told
bring
you.
it up.
I told
I
you.
didn't bring it up. But look at this. See, I think it sounds mean, okay? 3 in 10 women have ended a relationship because they lost patience with a guy being too mature. In fact,
Ooh,
again,
wow.
average 14 times a year, British women are telling a man to act his age. It
Yeah.
sounds mean.
I think so.
What are you hanging out with this guy for if you don't think he's acting his age?
Right. Ava, you sound super fun. She said, goofiness is fun. I love that my serious husband can be goofy with me. Laughter is a wonderful thing. Yes, it is. Rod says, when men stop having fun like little kids, they
Don't they become grouchy like old fossils?
Old fossils.
It's so true, Ron.
Yeah.
So what is your take on this?
Oh my God.
Because you
Mike,
love this. What?
He says start a burping contest with the children.
Yeah.
Yeah, you should see my girls. They're the youngest, and I got 4 boys, and they got my 5-year-old girl going, and the boys laugh.
Is that immature?
No, I think it's fine. But they got to know they can't do it.
So then are you immature?
I would say a lot of people would think I'm immature.
But you're past, I mean, you're supposed to have been mature like 15 years ago, 20 years ago.
But I think it's
Based
what
on the number,
Deborah
right? 32?
says. I think it's what Deborah says. I know when, well, maybe I don't. Because I do it. Well, Len has to remind me sometimes, Janelle, you got to calm down. But I think that's where maturity is. It's knowing context and being respectful. Like, for example, not even times, but even people. There are people where you kind of have to tone it down, be respectful. Maybe older people that would be offended by things you do.
But then
Or
again,
certain jokes,
But then that becomes a discernment issue.
Yes, yeah.
When one can discern proper context, that's a sign of maturity.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like their measure of maturity.
Which is goofiness versus
8 out of 10 women believe men never stop being childish, immature, childish, with burping, eating fast food late hours of the night, playing video games, breaking wind, all that stuff. And yeah, Callie, I brought up breaking wind again. It's in the article. Men never stop being childish. Is that childish?
I don't think so. To be goofy. I don't think
Yeah, that's
so.
goofy. Like when you really get her husband Len going.
Oh
And like
my
we've
goodness.
had times where it's us and a bunch of couples at the house and some kids. Like Len gets goofy.
Yeah, he's
And it's
hilarious.
so funny.
He
And
is hilarious.
You could look at him and go, "Ah."
Yeah.
Or it's like, come on, get over yourself. Have a good time.
Yeah. Callie says maturity comes at different times and then Deborah says discernment and maturity go hand in hand. Yes. Miss Anita, hi. Happy
First
birthday.
lady's here.
Yeah, hello. She says women don't leave men for being funny and silly. They leave them for behaving irresponsibly and not recognizing when they need to take leadership.
Is that true? Or are you going to disagree with the first lady?
Yes, it's true. No, but I think it's true.
So they define it
women
poorly.
do get irritated. Some women do get irritated with goofiness, but I think that's personality. You don't think?
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
And then I get irritated with the person who's irritated by goofiness because if you didn't see that when you were dating, it's your fault.
Yeah.
I'm pointing at you. It's not
Yeah,
you.
yeah. It's
But
true.
because I think Miss Anita's right. It's you can be responsible and quote unquote immature at the same time.
Responsible and immature?
So based upon their definition,
Based on that, goofy. You can be
if
responsible and goofy.
immature is like telling dad jokes, playing video games with the kids, burping, in private context, like if that's immature, then you can be responsible and immature at the same time.
Right. Adrian says everybody burps and breaks wind regardless of age. It's a natural function. Well.
Exactly. God made it.
No, wait. Come on.
God
we
made
got
it.
kids. They make no.
God
they
made
are, No.
Thank you,
Okay.
Adrian.
I'll just leave it on that one. It is a natural function.
It's true.
No.
It's true. Adrian for the win today.
Brian, seriously?
What?
You haven't seen people being goofy with that kind of stuff?
Some of my best
Some people
memories.
would say, you're supposed to go to the bathroom. Or why, there's a seriousness to the
There,
body.
of course, there's context, but some of my greatest memories with a group of guys I was in a band with as a kid are even as like grown men when we're sitting at a table laughing about silly things so loudly that people are looking at us. Somebody might go, look at those immature men, but that's like some of the greatest joy I can remember. When I laugh harder than I can remember, so hard I'm crying and it hurts.
Yeah.
Like that's from my guy friends and I being, as this describes, immature.
Yeah. Linda, I love this. She says it's not mature to keep being funny and goofy when no one's laughing or you see you're offending
Yeah.
someone. I love that.
True.
It's maturity to stop when you notice that. Yes, I like that.
I totally agree with that.
Yeah.
So it really is about context, not about the acts themselves.
Right.
So this article is wrong.
Wrong. Yes.
So
Says Brian.
do you think there's women that need to lighten up then at all, or?
That's what I was gonna ask you. Does everybody have to enjoy goofiness? Well, if your spouse is that, then you're stuck.
Like, I just
But
don't
should
understand.
your spouse respect that and be like, oh, she doesn't want me to be goofy, so I need to calm it down?
I just don't understand how goofiness isn't fun. I don't connect to that.
Some people have different personalities.
How do they have fun?
Fun and funny is relative. You know what I'm saying? So what you think is fun, other people would be like, no, I don't like that.
I know that, but like a clean, silly joke.
Yeah.
What's going on in a person's heart that's like, stop that, it's so immature.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
Yeah.
Like, what's fun then? That's a very serious thought.
Some people are super serious, Brian. I'm serious.
I can get super serious.
Yeah.
I'm also super immature, but
Good.
but yeah, you understand what I'm trying to ask? Like, I don't get, like, if you see somebody goofy and you don't smile and it's in an appropriate context, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Get over yourself. How do you have fun?
Yeah.
Maybe I'm just the extreme one. I don't know.
Well, guys, I'm glad that we've gotten to the point where we're not telling y'all gotta grow up. We're saying no, it's being funny and it's okay.
So basically, Cliff Notes, Janelle says, men never grow up. You're perfect just the way you are.
Yeah, basically.
Keep being awesome.
Basically, good job.
I You better say goodbye while I shut down
Bye,
the whole
guys.
thing.
Thanks for joining us. Remember to come tomorrow. Dr. Rydelnik answering your Bible questions.